Hey everyone, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. I keep reminding myself that all day, but it is. So welcome. We're going to give the Viper Creek Band another try, see how this program goes tonight. We know that it cut out once last night and didn't do it again. So we'll give it a go tonight and see how it's all going. If it does cut out, I apologise, and we will end the broadcast if it does cut out again. As I said last night, we are trying to get another program up and running, but we have to deal with a company in America to sort it. So it is taking a little bit of time. As soon as that's up and running, I'll let you all know. Otherwise, I might bring Damo into the room and we can say hello. Hello.
Hi, Danny.
Take two. Take two.
Take two.
How's things? You've had a huge weekend.
Sorry?
You've had a huge weekend.
Massive, yeah. Played the last of the Milestones tour with Brandy on the weekend in where were we? Elmore, so Victoria. So it was a massive day. I had to go Newcastle, Brisbane, Melbourne flight to get there. So it was a long travel day, but the gig was fun. There was 2,000 crazy country fans there with their food and stuff. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, what a way to spend a BNS.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got Tegan has popped in and she says hi to Damo, and Cody has also popped in and she's saying hi.
Hi.
So there's a few people coming into the room.
Happy Tuesday.
We're Tuesday night, and it's a bit hard because I know we've got Tom Wolf live, we've got Brooke Chevelle live, we've got Adam Kilpatrick live. So there's so many lives going on tonight. So we're butting in a little bit. So
yeah.
Hi Darren. Darren actually is on the road heading up to CMC at the moment, and he was at the BNS on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
He caught up with you on Saturday, I heard. So yeah, he's saying hi. But how was Saturday, Darren? Did you have fun? How did it all go? You had tailgate drive on Friday night as well.
Yeah, I had just a local Newcastle gig with Kempy on Friday night, and then headed to Melbourne nice and early. I think I had a 6 a.m. flight out of Newcastle, so that was evil.
Evil flight.
Yeah, I've done Elmore BNS once before with Viper Creek, and that was a lot of fun. But it was good to do it with Brandy on the weekend and just be a guitar player and not have to worry about entertaining the crowd, letting him do his thing and stuff. So yeah, it was good.
Stand back and let it go.
Definitely.
What's the festival that you look forward to playing at the most? Is there any festival that you have a favourite?
I'm a huge fan of obviously CMC Rocks, and we've been lucky enough to play that. I think we've done it like 4 times. We did it once here in the Hunter when it used to be in the backyard. That was pretty cool. And we've done it like 3 times in Ipswich. So that one's always fun. And Broadbeach Country Music Festival, Groundwater now. That's a great one on the Gold Coast. And also Gimpy Muster is always fun. They're all great. All the festivals.
They're all great, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
I suppose they've all got their own things, their own sort of special things that's good that you really enjoy about each particular one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Joe has tuned in as well, and Darren said it was very crowded on the weekend, but he had a great time. So.
It was very crowded. Yeah. I didn't go through down into the crowd this time. We did a few years ago when we were there at Viper Creek. We went for a walk, but we didn't this time.
Yes.
There was too many people. I think it was the biggest one they've ever had, apparently, at Elmore. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that is fantastic.
Biggest crowd they've ever had. So.
That's brilliant.
Cool.
Wow. So how did you go last week with your first week of your single, of your album, sorry? How did last week go for you before?
It was good. Obviously, I think we chatted last time that the album debuted at #1 on the iTunes charts, and we got the ARIA charts through on Saturday, and we're #1 Australian country music album on the ARIA charts. Number 5
done.
country number 5 on the country charts. All the Americans and stuff above us, but
yes,
still the highest selling Australian country music album last week, so that was cool. But we obviously had the launch weekend of gigs, and we haven't played since then. So just busting to get back out there and play those songs a bit more, and
get it out there.
Everyone seems to be loving the album, and we've had quite a fair bit of feedback on our social media about it and stuff. And obviously, with stuff like Spotify now, I can see what songs people are listening to, which is really cool. And some of the ones on the album that I didn't think were were the ones that people were going to gravitate more to, they have. So it's
that's interesting.
Really weird.
That's interesting. I was going to ask you how the song's gone. So you've sort of answered one of the questions I was going to ask you. That's brilliant. What song? Tell us, everyone. What's your favourite song on the album? What one's everybody listening to at the moment? Give us some feedback. What have we got here? We've got Andrew has popped in and he said, "What's the set looking like for the truck show in Penrith?"
Oh yeah, we're looking forward to that. That's hang on, I've got my dates on my phone here.
He got them up before we started, so he was very organised.
It's Sunday the 31st of March, Penrith Truck Show. So we haven't got our set time through yet, but I'm sure it'll be like an hour set. We'll probably won't be heavy on the new album stuff. We'll probably just do 3 or 4 from the new album there, and bits and pieces from all the old albums as well, and try and give it, a taste of everything. So, but that'll be fun. Yeah. That's the Wolf Brothers, Twisty Lamb, Adam and Brooke, Yakazee, and I think Brad Butcher is on the show as well. Yeah. So it's fun. We played the Penrith Truck Show last year, and it's a good fun day. So if you're out in the Sydney area, come and say g'day.
Go down and have a look. Casey has just said that, Damien, you're a bloody legend. Favourite song is Later.
Later. That seems to be a favourite of a lot of people, actually. And that's good because it's pretty country, that one. It reminds me of maybe like a Blake Shelton or a Brad Paisley kind of song. And it's all about, not putting anything off because you never know when might be your last day. So have fun and cross those things off your bucket list, because who knows how much later baby we got left.
Exactly.
Line. So
that's exactly right. And I think that's what quite a few people, artists, telling people to do that sort of thing now, which is great. So go to every festival that's on your bucket list.
Exactly.
That's all my bucket list is festivals. Yeah.
Unreal.
There are quite a few comments coming through, guys, and I can only actually see one at a time at the moment with the way this program has changed. So if I miss your comments, either retype them or we'll get to them at the end of the show. We've got Party Crowd is Bianca's song.
Party Crowd. Yeah, I wrote that one with Kempy, Troy Kemp, and Travis Collins, and I just said I want to write a song for the people who come to our shows, and because Viper Creek show is all about having fun and just forgetting about all the crap that's going on day to day.
Yes.
Party Crowds was written for the guys that come to our shows and stuff. So it's fun. We actually didn't play that one. That's the one song in the the 10 tracks that we didn't play at the weekend launch. But we're gonna add it to the set pretty soon.
That sounds like a very good idea, because a few people have said, I've heard a few comments about that song. Yeah. And Kerry said, thanks for making her cry.
Who was that, Kerry?
Kerry, yes.
Oh, no problem. I didn't mean to make you cry, Kerry.
So when you were writing for this album, were all these songs written specifically for this album, or did you have some of them in the bag waiting for the right time to record them?
No, everything was done for the album.
Yep.
We started from scratch on here,
Yeah.
and
Okay. Yep.
I think I've written 5 out of the 10. The rest are from like Nashville writers and stuff. But I
Yep.
wrote a few when I was in Nashville last June and July, and
Yeah.
didn't quite finish it off, and came back, and that's when I wrote Australian Girls with Travis Collins and Matt Scullion, and then wrote Party Crowd with Trav
Yep.
and Troy. And once we finished Party Crowd, I'm like, well, I think I've got the 10 tracks
Yes.
for the album. I
Yep.
think we may have had about 16 or so to choose from, and picked our favourite 10 and went with that.
With those other songs that you had to choose, do you play them at your shows still, or
No,
did you
we've
ever
never
throw
really
the you haven't recorded?
worked them up past the sort of a demo sort of stage. We never played them live or anything. We just I work them up here in my little studio, in my little man cave here, and I just work them up in GarageBand and see how they sound, and you get a fair idea whether it's a good song or it's a piece of crap from there, and so yeah, we sort of pick the best 10 from the demos and go from there.
Go from there. Wonderful. So, what's your step? So, I know you've got a lot of festivals coming up. You've finished with Brandy for sort of a fair chunk of the year. He's sort of slowing down a little bit. Are you going on the road as mainly doing shows this year for the Viper Creek Band, or are you sort of doing a big mix of things? What's your plans for the year?
Mainly Viper Creek shows.
Yep.
We've got a bit coming up here around Newcastle on the Hunter and Central Coast, of course. Heaps of stuff in Queensland. We're playing Country by the Beach at Woodgate on the 4th of May, which is somewhere north of Brisbane. It's a couple of hours north of Brisbane, but apparently a beautiful spot. What else have we got? We're going out northwest New South Wales. I'm from a little town called Narrabri, and we're playing a town out that way called Weewar, which is about half an hour from Narrabri. So that'll be a fun show in May. I'm just looking at my phone here.
He's really going through it, yes.
So I'm not being rude looking down. I'm just reading. And what else have we got? Then in June, I'm going to Nashville. We're taking the tour to Nashville again. Troy and I, Soundmart Tours. We've got 50-something people on board this year to take to Nashville for 9 nights, and we're going to Memphis, and we do the CMA Fest and all that sort of stuff. And so if anyone's interested in that, well, I'll throw the link up in the comments later, and you can book for 2020.
Are they still not
this
still
year?
spots
I think we're full for this year, but we're 2020. We've got a few spots left for 2020, so jump on it. We've got Christy Lamb with us as a guest host as well, and Troy and myself. So it should be no fun at all.
No one's going to want to go.
No, it'll be terrible.
Terrible.
What else have we got on? And then July we go to Tamworth for Hats Off Festival. 2 shows at the Long Yard there. Central Coast Country Music Festival in August. Better in Blackall Festival in Queensland somewhere in August. And last year we played the Brisbane Country Music Race Day, which was fun. I think Travis Collins, Drew McAllister and stuff. We're doing that again in September. So back to Queensland. Our Sydney Harbour Cruise, for all the people that come on our Sydney Harbour Cruise, that's Saturday the 21st of September this year. And if you're a past cruiser, you'll get an email next week because tickets are going on sale for that one. That's always fun. This is our, I think, 5th or 6th year doing that. So
fantastic.
That's great. Then October we do the Cruise and Country again. So there's a fair bit on. We're still and a few more announcements and a few more festivals that we can't tell anyone about yet. So,
soon. Tell us, anyone who's been on any of the trips. Have you been on the Cruise and Country, or have you been on the CMA tour? Who's done the tour already? Tell us what it was like, what you liked about it. Crystal has actually put. She wants to know when have you got any for Singleton coming up?
Nothing locked in at Singleton, but we play Muswellbrook and stuff, which is not too far away. So
pretty close.
Yeah, nothing in Singleton at the moment. We used to have a venue we played there quite a bit, but they haven't booked us for a long time. So maybe it's time to get in contact with that venue and tell them
Hassle them
back.
Angelique has said to come to Tamworth. Now, I heard you read out the Long Yard. Is that in the June Hats Off Festival?
Yeah, July, I think it is.
July.
The dates,
July.
Angelique.
So the Long Yard.
Hats Off is, the 12th and 13th of July. So we'll be back in Tamworth.
So grab your tickets.
The Long Yard.
Now, I did miss a comment. I'm going to try and scroll through and see if I can find it because it quickly popped up. And Andrew said he pre-registered for Stagecoach in 2020.
Yeah, cool. I'm taking a tour with Soundmart Tours to Stagecoach in California 2020. So
wow.
I'm actually going over in end of April, to check it out this year. Me and Nathan from Soundmart Tours are going over to suss it all out and stuff. And next year we're running a tour to Stagecoach, and it'll be awesome. Stagecoach is where they have Coachella every year. It's like the weekend after Coachella or the weekend before Coachella out in Palm Springs. And I absolutely love California and Los Angeles, so I'm stoked to do that one. And there's a free day where you can go to Disneyland or Universal Studios, and we're going to do the Stars homes and all that sort of stuff, and we'll try and get some cool little music places to go to on our days off and stuff like that. And Stagecoach is going to be fun. We're sort of piecing that together at the moment. So
that's 2020. So you can
soundmartours.com.
Yes, and pre-register.
Sorry, Danny.
No, you're right. That's fine. Peter Matthewman has written, "My Country Australia featured 5 songs off the Beautiful Distraction on the show this week." So he's played 5 songs throughout the week on My Country Australia.
Good on you, Peter. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Are you finding that they're getting requested a lot, Peter? I imagine that a lot of them would be coming flat out with requests this week.
I hope so. I'll be bringing
I imagine
requesting them myself.
You sit there all night.
Someone's got it.
Someone's got it. Oh dear. Luke said that he drove up to Tamworth from Newcastle. Must have been just to see you guys, and he said it was a great night.
Good on you, Luke. You're a legend.
And I actually think Angelique said it was her birthday week. Is it your birthday weekend when you guys are in Tamworth? It sounds like from the message. I think that's her birthday.
I'm reading a message here too, and she's saying it's her birthday month. Hey.
Oh, birthday month. Yep. I can't see. Yeah, there you go. And Cameron says g'day. And Peter said that he's got great responses to all of the songs. Awesome. That's fantastic. Excellent. What song are you finding is your most requested, Peter? And Greg, he said he plays heaps of songs at his show in Campbelltown as well. So it's giving a lot of play. That's fantastic to hear. What I know a lot of people are requesting them, but even CMC and things, are you getting a lot of feedback from there as well?
Green Light, they're still playing the first single, Green Light, on CMC at the moment. But even though Australian Girls came out in January, we haven't actually delivered the clip because Green Light was still charting. So we probably jumped the gun and released the single a little bit too quick. But we wanted it out for Tamworth and for Australia Day. So, but Australian Girls got delivered this week to CMC, so hopefully the clip will be showing up on the screen soon. And hopefully we can start to get some chart action with Australian Girls as well, because it got a great response when we dropped the film clip to on Facebook and stuff like that. People loved it and got so many views and so many shares. So we're hoping it goes all right.
How do you choose your singles? Why do you choose certain songs? What's your reasoning?
That's a good question. I think you just sort of probably looking at what's the catchiest or what's going to resonate with country fans, kind of thing.
Do you go by what's sort of popular at the time as well?
Does that sort of come into play what you're hearing? Greenlight was sort of, we felt that was kind of, very modern country sounding. We wanted to have a little bit of a different sound to the last album. So we thought we'd come out of the gates with Greenlight. And Australian Girls, I just really loved the lyric and the whole concept behind the song. So I fought pretty hard for that to be a single, and a few people in our team were very keen on it, and it was a bit of a little bit different to Greenlight, and even its production sort of a little bit different to Greenlight. But hey, I'm one for breaking the rules, not sticking to the rules.
It makes it stand out more if you break the rules. Cameron said that he plays drums and he plays your songs non-stop for fun and learning. He's learning it by hearing, and he thinks Australian Girls is the best. So Australian
That's awesome.
Girls is
one of my favourite songs from the record too. I love Australian Girls. We actually played we did a couple of live songs on Triple M today here in Newcastle. That's going to that will air next week on nationally on Triple M, and we got to play that live today, and it's just a fun song to play. So and it's, there's a great there's a great story to the song, So stoked.
With all, I mean, you've got your other albums. You've had a few years around now. Is there a song that you play that you'll always leave in your set list? Is there something that people always are requesting? Is there?
Yep. Song called My Hometown, which was on our very first EP, which we put out in 2012, and then we re-recorded it because we had a little bit more money to spend and wanted to. We knew we were going to play forever, so we re-recorded it on the Kicking Up Dust album, and we'd never be able to play a gig without that song. People are always requesting that one, so
It's interesting, the songs that people are always requesting too, because some of the songs you hear people request aren't songs that you think would typically be something they keep requesting. So it's interesting. Always interesting.
Totally. We get requests for songs that we've never even played live before, that we just recorded and never played them at a gig. So, wow, I can't even remember the words to that song. So.
There you go. Yeah. Angelique also said that My Hometown is a song that she was introduced to the Viper Creek band with, so nice. She loves it. That's excellent. And Cameron said he's the same. So
awesome.
It's obviously a song that a lot of people do feel and do sort of put your name to, which is really good, because you hear these songs coming on the radio a lot of the time and people aren't getting introduced. So they hear songs and they don't know who they belong to, which is really hard. So it's really good that they hear it and recognise it as you guys.
Very cool.
It's already nearly 8:25 already, so we've gone a long way. Guys, what questions? I know last week you had loads of questions and you were all so patient with us, but we didn't obviously get to them all because we couldn't see them all after we had all the problems. So if anyone's on here that had questions last week, pop them up if we didn't answer them for you. I know we touched base on why you were called the Viper Creek Band and all those sorts of questions.
That's right.
But what else? What else what do you guys want to know? Unfortunately, when it cut out on my end, it also cut out. I couldn't see a lot of the comments, so we didn't catch all the questions. But
we're going great guns tonight, though, Danny.
we are very good. It is very good. We've spent a lot of time backwards and forwards trying to fix the problems. So, yes. So, when you go off to Tamworth, to Nashville in June, what's the thing that you're most excited to see?
Well, it's just Nashville's just such a great vibe, you know. Like, for anyone who hasn't been and it's on your bucket list, just try and make it happen. It's like it is country music mecca, and you know, everybody's there, everyone's playing, and you can just be like last time we were just hanging out on Broadway, and Luke Bryan was playing on the street, and you know, you can walk into Tootsie's and Kid Rock's might be playing or something, and
Wow.
but there's so much history in Nashville as well. Like on the tour last year, we went to RCH Studios, which is where Elvis recorded a lot of his songs later, like in the '70s and stuff. He recorded a lot of songs at RCH Studios, and like the hits, all the Dolly Parton songs and stuff that have been recorded in that studio. And we did a group recording with all the guys on our tour, and they gave everyone a CD to take home of the song and stuff. So
Wow.
that's fun, and obviously Graceland. I think I've been to Graceland 3 or 4 times, and I'm an Elvis tragic. Like I love Elvis. So yeah, you never get sick of going to Graceland.
No, that would be amazing. Cameron has asked, he wants to know where you were born and if it was in Newcastle, whereabouts.
No, I'm from a little town northwest New South Wales called Narrabri. It's where I was born, and I lived there for 19 years, and then I moved to Tamworth for a little while, probably a year and a half, and then we was getting a lot of gigs down here in the Hunter, and made the move here, and I've been here for, God, I'm going to say like 21 years, so you can probably do the math and work out how old I am if
There you go.
you're all listening.
That's a big move actually. Tamworth, big change.
Yeah. Newcastle's is great. There's a great music scene here in Newcastle, and there's lots of country music artists that live here as well. I mean, you've got Travis, obviously Campy, Kirsty Lee Akers, you know, Catherine Britt, and obviously Morgan Evans was here for a long time before he moved to Nashville. And that's just off the top of my head. There's plenty more as well. So, and lots of country music fans here in Newcastle. So that's good for us.
That is great. Absolutely. No, I think it's interesting. You go from state to state, and everyone says, "Oh, we've moved here because it's so busy here for music." But then you go to the next state, and they're like, "Oh, we've moved here because it's so busy." So I think over the last probably 5 years, country music in Australia has just grown. It's just taken off.
Totally, it's great. It's I actually said today in our interview that on Triple M that I don't think it's where people were probably a little bit embarrassed to say they like country music in the past. It's kind of cool now to say you like country music, and that's because guys like Keith Urban and Morgan Evans and stuff like that, you know, and all that stuff getting played on commercial radio now.
Absolutely, it's changed it completely, hasn't it?
Very cool.
Nick has said he was lucky enough to meet you last year on the Brisbane River Cruise, and he said you did it with Maddie Cornell, and it was a very different gig and set up your personal. Oh, I've lost your comment, Nick. I've got too many coming in, so you might have to read it.
I've got Nick's comment.
You've got it?
Yeah.
I can't log on to my Facebook.
I'm reading it as well.
Wonderful. I can't log on to my Facebook.
Maddie?
We're live.
They're asking me how I know Maddie Cornell.
How do you know Maddie?
I guess we probably met like a lot of people do on social media first. But the first time I met Maddie was at the CMC Awards, probably 4 or 5 years ago. I know it was the first year that we were nominated for Viper Creek for group or duo. So that was the first time I met Maddie, and I knew we were going to be mates straight away because, very similar background. We like a lot of the same music, and we're road dogs. Like, we just love to play. So it's been great doing the Milestones tour with Brandy last year, getting to know Matt really well. And he's just a bloody legend. I love him.
Brilliant
I love all
music.
those guys in Brandy's band, and I'm just sad that it's over because I had so much fun on the road with those guys.
It would have been an amazing tour.
Yeah.
Will you go on tour again with Adam on his next album? Have you got plans for that?
If he asks me, I'll be there.
You'll be there.
We'll see what happens. I hope so.
Yeah,
I'd be definitely down.
Absolutely. I'm sure. I actually don't know where I saw the comment that you made, and it was a while ago. It was just explaining how many days you'd spent on the road last year because you were away a huge amount of time. And I remember reading that comment thinking, wow, we don't realize how much you're away from home, you're away from your family, and how much time you're actually putting into being on the road. It was a huge amount of days.
126 nights last year.
Yeah.
I was in a hotel or an Airbnb, but a lot of that obviously was when I was in America with the tour, and we went to Canada, and we did a week in Canada and stuff like that. But obviously having, I guess, probably 40 odd shows with Brandy also is on top of the 50 odd shows we did with Viper Creek as well. And then obviously being in Nashville for 6 weeks or whatever, 6-7 weeks, it adds up pretty quick. But
yes,
yeah,
sure.
The reason I thought that is that, like, I had back problems, and I'm like, I wonder if it's from sleeping in strange beds all the time, and
not
so
in a bad way.
my calendar, and I'm like, how many freaking beds have I slept in this year? Like motel rooms and Airbnbs, and it was something like 126 nights, so more than a third of the year. I don't even know why I have this house. Really.
No, it's just get a caravan or a tent. Tents are cheaper. I guess, is that something when you started out in music, you thought you would be away for so long? Was that something you saw and thought of when you started out in the industry?
Back in the early days when I first started playing music, we living in Tamworth, we used to travel a lot. Like every weekend, we would be somewhere playing in the band that I used to be in. Then we moved to Newcastle, and all the gigs were just around the Hunter, and I'm like, this is pretty good, just come home to your own bed every night. And the last thing I thought I'd ever be doing was probably touring again. But obviously you have to do it, and like I do love it. I love going to different towns and cities and stuff like that, playing, and I mean you have to do it, but it's not a chore for me. I'd do it 7 nights a week if I could.
Yeah, absolutely. You love it.
Just come home and wash my clothes and stuff.
Occasionally have a nice bed that doesn't hurt your back. Carry your bed with you.
Totally.
Karina has said, "Hey Damo, who's your favourite sister-in-law?" Oh, don't worry, I know the answer.
Not her. Yana.
How much did she pay you? Oh dear.
The family.
No, it's something that I just remember when you posted it. It was just something that sort of stood out in my mind. As I don't think a lot of people think when they're going down the road of music that it's going to impact that much on everyday life. Yeah. If you weren't playing music, what would you be doing?
That's a really tough question because you're talking to a guy who's never had any other interest than music. Like, I have never. I'm not interested in sport or anything like that. Like when I was younger, I got a guitar. If I got in trouble, if I got grounded, they would take the guitar. My parents would take the guitar off me, or they'd take my CD collection, or it's, and that was punishment. And they give it back after about a day because they don't. I was just miserable.
Yeah.
It would definitely have to be something to do with music.
Yeah.
Because my whole life just revolves around music. And my wife hates me because every time we go on a holiday, it's got something to do with music. We're going to see someone play, or we're doing something. So, but
it's not a holiday if you're not going somewhere where there's music, is it?
Yeah.
I don't think. No.
Totally.
That's not a holiday. If there's no music, it's not a trip. It's interesting to hear that. What have we got with Nick? He said with Troy Camp moving to the States, is there any chance of more tailgate drive music in the future?
There is actually. We do have another single we recorded late last year. It's finished. It's in the bag. We're just waiting for the right time to put it out. And because Kempy's had like his song Beach Mode he had out, and then he had the song with Jane Denham. And obviously we've put out the new Viper Creek album. So we don't want to cross-pollinate too much, but and just trying to find a right time to do it. But I think, in the next few weeks, I think we might drop the single and stuff. So
that'd be fantastic.
We're always writing and stuff together, and we do a lot of shows around Newcastle. So there'll definitely be more tailgate drive stuff.
You'll just have to travel further for tours.
Yeah.
He's just got longer flights for him.
Well, Troy will be in Nashville sometime this year and living, but I'm pretty stoked that I've got a couch to stay on, which.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. Except for your back, probably won't enjoy that.
No, I'll make sure he buys a really nice couch for my
poor
old back.
You can go couch shopping. Go couch shopping with him when you're over there, and you'll be right. Now, I have missed a few comments, but Stacey did say if you could go on a holiday, that would be fantastic if you could do it and play at her wedding at the same time.
No worries, Stacey. I'll do that. Done.
We'll book it in. As long as it's not when he's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Won't work. No. Well, we've actually been talking for 38 minutes, which is pretty crazy because I was planning on making tonight quite short given that we had so long last week. So we might sort of wrap it up. I've got more comments coming in. Said this is from Kay, and she said, if you could write with anyone, living or dead, who would you write with?
I think everyone knows the answer, right?
Yeah. I think you answered that earlier.
Yeah. Keith Urban. He's a man, and I'd love to write with Keith. And
you caught up with him.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to I've met him quite a few times over the years, and he was here in Newcastle in January, and I got to go backstage and have a chat to him and stuff, and gave him a copy of the record, and he wished me luck with the record and stuff, and yeah, he's a good dude. I love Keith.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I remember him from when I was very young and when he was on tour with Slim Dusty, and he was always a great guy. He's always been.
Hey, I've got to show you this, Danny, because you've got your Slim Dusty picture on your wall, but if you can see.
Oh, there's Slim live in concert, and he signed it for you.
Yeah, well, that's actually I had it signed for my grandparents.
Wow.
The last time Slim played here in Newcastle, which was 2001, I had a friend who worked at the Civic Theatre, and I said, if you can get this poster signed by Slim, because my pop was a massive Slim Dusty fan, and so I had it framed and gave it to him for Christmas. I guess it was 2001. Wow. And when my pop passed away, I got to keep that there. So that's a reminder of Slim and obviously my pop as well. So pretty cool.
Slim, I think Slim honestly paved the way for where music is today, and across a lot of genres too. Because in my mind, you'll never beat Slim. He's the king. Definitely, he'll always be the king. We did have a question come up earlier, wanting to know where they can get your sheet music from, if they want to play.
We don't really have any sheet music, but Yeah, I might have some chord charts floating around. Send us an email at info@thevipercreekband.com.au and I'll see if I've got any chord charts I can maybe. Someone will have them. One of the guitar players will have chord charts.
Absolutely, that'd be fantastic. Actually, it was a bit that last week. I think someone asked the same question too. I remember that popping up on the screen before we cut out. So there you go. There's your answer. Now, if anybody wants to buy your album, where can they get it from?
I put a post up on the page yesterday on the Viper Creek Facebook page, which has a little smart URL, which will take you to the website. So if you want one of these,
Yeah, you got it there.
Yeah, signed. Yep. We'll sign it for you. Send it out. $25. We'll send it to your door. Get them from our website, www.thevipercreekband.com. Hurry up, what am I saying? www.thevipercreekband.com.au. All the other albums you can also order there, and T-shirts and caps and all that sort of stuff. And then iTunes, Spotify, all those digital places. But yeah, this is a kind of independent album, this one, so it's not available in stores. So you have to buy it from us.
That is fantastic. So jump on and order. If you can't find anything, send us a message and we can always pop you across.
Danni will
absolutely. We can, she said missing Slim. Absolutely. Always missing Slim. But do you get requests everywhere I go? Every time I go to a show, I always hear somebody, at least one person, request a Slim song. It's still out there.
We've had Lights on the Hill in our set since day dot, since we first started, and we do a rockier version than Slim's version, but it's kind of like the versions Keith Urban did back in the day with Slim.
That's what I was going to say.
Somewhere in between there and our own version. But yeah, I love all Slim songs. We do Kanamana Thala when we do an acoustic set too, and yeah, too many great songs to even mention. Leave Him in the Long Yard, Camel Wheel, I love them all.
Yeah. Oh, there isn't a bad one. He didn't have a bad one.
Yeah.
All 107 albums, he didn't have a bad song. Nick said that he 107. So you're getting close. Are you going to take him?
I can guarantee you we're not going to make it to 107.
Maybe 105.
Oh, good Lord.
How do you do that? 107 albums. Like, I remember sitting down one day trying to work out how many albums and how many songs he had to write to record that many albums. And then you think of the songs that he didn't record.
That's nuts.
Who does that? Wow. It'll be a long time before anyone beats that.
Yeah.
Stacey says that Archie says hi and he loves the new album.
Thanks, Archie. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. So the other place you can always grab is on, at the concerts, grab your album. If you haven't ordered it, grab it at a concert. Go and see the concert and then get the album while you're there. And Angelique said she'll get hers in the Hats Off at the Hats Off Festival. And she'll get you to sign it. So that is fantastic. Well, guys, thank you for putting up with us on a Tuesday night. I know it's a bit of a different night, especially with all the other people that are live. So we had a few people that we've sort of butted in on, but thank you for being patient. We will actually be going live again on Saturday. We've got a game for Casey Barnes to play, and I'm not certain that he's going to enjoy it. It's not overly an enjoyable game. So he's going to play and he's going to be live. So he has to do it because we're putting him on the spot. And so join us on Saturday. I haven't got a time because we're just going to have to see depending on reception and that sort of thing at Mathina. We'll see you Saturday. We're at Mathina. So where you guys played on
with Brandy,
it was November last year. It was November, I think, wasn't it, when you were down?
Yeah, it was freezing cold, and is that town? That town's only got like 36 people or something in it. Is that right?
It's very small. It is very small, and it used to be a mining town, so it used to be big, and it's just tiny now.
I remember driving into Mathina and just fields of people there, like camper vans and tents, and thinking this is going to be a wild night. I think it's like 500 or 600 people showed up to the brandy show at
yeah, it was huge.
So,
I think it sold out.
It was
so
it was fun.
It was it was amazing.
Back of the truck up, and the pub was one side, and the house we were staying in was the other. So we literally had a plank to the steps of our accommodation. We could walk from our bedroom to the stage. So
walk or stumble.
Good time.
Now that's one that's an easy stage to get off when you've had a few drinks.
Exactly.
That's the easiest. Yeah. That was an interesting weekend actually, because I remember it was cold for that gig, and then we went along to Forth, and it was reasonably cool. But then we went back to Hobart, and by the end of Hobart, we're all sunburnt. So it turned into a really hot afternoon. Went from freezing cold and raining to boiling hot.
Yeah.
So it was a crazy weekend. It was. So we're going to do it again.
Do some shows with Viper Creek one of these days too.
Yes, we will get on to that actually. I've got a few ideas for that. Yes, definitely. Got a few things that might suit you guys in mind, so we'll get on to that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Any more questions that pop up, I will scroll through them. Probably not tonight. I'm going to be honest. I haven't had much sleep in the last 3 days, but I'll have a look at it tomorrow and get back to you. And I'm sure if there's anything specific, I'll shoot them across to Damo for you. Otherwise, we will see you Saturday, and then on Monday we've got Paddy McHugh joining us he's from North Queensland, I think. Cairns, I think, is where Paddy is based. So he's going to join us on Monday and have a bit of a chat as well. So we've got quite a few people coming up in the next few months, and hopefully this program will work with us until the new one is up and running.
Perfect. Don't change anything. We're good.
It's working well tonight. We've absolutely maybe it's a different night. Maybe it's just Monday night. I don't want to start. Yeah. The end of the weekend, and so all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We will see you on Saturday from a thinner at Casey Barnes, and have a good week.
Over and out. Thanks for having us, Danny.
Thank you. Hang on. Hasn't ended.